guys, and welcome back to the Grace Games channel. Today I've got a T-44 Ace tanker game for you. It's another of Omega 8's games, and he's in the Tier 8 Russian tank on Sacred Valley. So he started off by basically following the crowd a little, and he is going to head sort of towards the G7 area, which can be a real advantageous position. I would probably go there myself in a medium or even a light, and it can really be beneficial. So he's heading off up that way. Yes, a lot of the team are going this way, but I think that can really be a good thing on Sacred Valley, because quite a lot of the enemy can just overwhelm you otherwise. You need to send quite a lot of people this way, I always feel. So I feel he's gone the right way in this. Plus you get a great view over the whole valley, and if there are any enemies out there, then you can definitely shoot at them from long distance there. So he's just taking a look at this stage and seeing what he can see. Unfortunately, we haven't really got any scouts heading out that way. They are going that way-ish, but they're not really racing ahead or anything like that. They're not really doing what they could be doing. So we can't really see over there. We haven't got any eyes, and we can't fire at anything. Although I imagine there is something out there, because there's always something out there. But yeah, there's no point in firing aimlessly. He might as well move up and see what he can see. Obviously, the rest of his team is doing the same at this stage. I think they've all realised this is the best thing to do. Now, there's quite a lot of incoming fire here, so I think some of the enemy team have realised where we are. Perhaps not us, but at least they've realised where some of the friendly tanks are. So the rain of fire is coming in, and Omega 8 is staying well hidden. You obviously don't want to get hit too many times. It's just staying behind that building there. And then he's moving up. We still can't see much, but he really is moving quite far ahead now, ahead of his team. He's really leading the pack now, stopping to take a quick shot at the SU-101, and then moving forward behind these buildings here. So that really was a good thing to do. He's really took on quite an advantageous position here. The rest of the team could have moved forward with him. I think that probably would have been great, but they've decided to stay up there. Of course, they can still fire at them, they can still snipe, so they can still support us. The problem with Omega's tank is that the T-44 really doesn't have that great gun depression, and it's becoming a bit of a hindrance for him here. He's taking what shots he can, but if he had a tank with a bit better gun depression, he could probably seriously do some damage here. He just managed to get rid of the T-37 there, and then moves on to the Jagdpanzer, which he unfortunately misses. So they do know where he is. Of course the enemy team are going to know where he is, but in the position it is in, it is quite difficult for them to get at him. And of course, they're all spotted, so they're all quite vulnerable. He really is taking the time to aim, waiting for things to pop back out, that sort of thing. And he puts a nice shot there into the Jagdpanzer. Waiting for it to pop out again, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. So the rest of this team have stayed up top still, and Omega's just taking the pot shot here and there. He does unfortunately take a nasty hit from the SU-100Y there. We haven't spotted him yet, and he really did put a nice shot into us there. Really, the team should be moving forward at this stage. They should be supporting him more, but they're not, so it's down to him. He is a bit worried about that KV-2, obviously, with its massive howitzer gun, so you want to just be a bit careful there. He's sort of taking the time. It is just a slither of the KV-2 that he's aiming at. Unfortunately, it misses there. This time, the KV-2's not getting away. There it goes. That's his second kill of the game, actually. His second kill of the game. And there's still the Jagdpanzer to get. Just a slither showing, and unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill on that one. So there doesn't appear to be much left around here. Well, not that you can see anyway. So he's moving up. He's just going to try and get the Jackson now. It's a little bit further afield. But it's sitting in the open, so might as well take a shot at it. It's firing back at us there. It's the right choice to just dodge out the way there. You don't want to obviously sit in front of any gun, really. And the Jackson's gone. The Hellcat we can't really get. He's sort of hidden, and so he decides to head down this cliff and get back onto the road. Obviously he's taking it as gentle as he can. You don't want to track yourself or damage your tank if you can help it. So really, it's just a case of now finding the remaining enemies. We've wiped out most of them. Our team's done quite well. They've come off quite well. So it's just a case of tracking down the last few and wiping them out. But they have still got a few nasty tier 8s, so we want to be a little bit careful. So he really is still using his speed, using his manoeuvrability, zooming on ahead, and the SU-100Y is spotted. And of course, the SU-100Y shot him earlier, so he wants a bit of vengeance on that SU-100Y, and he's going after it. The poor old box tank can't get away, and he puts a nice shot in there. He's just reloading now. Can he get it? Can he get the kill? No, unfortunately he misses out. I think he must have just missed out there. So now there's not much left to find. So he's leading the pack once again. And seeing what he's going to spot first. Obviously all the last known positions of the enemy team are all the way over here, so he knows that they're all in this corner pretty much. Misses a shot on the Tiger there. And it would be a nice shot if he can get it on the side of that turret, but unfortunately he misses again. The Tiger 2 does know where he is now, so he needs to be careful. He needs to watch out. He also needs to really aim either the side of the Tiger 2, maybe the lower plate. You don't really want to be aiming at the frontal armour, but obviously he's trying to be careful at the same time. And the Tiger 2 does end up putting a shot in. He's quite low on health now. So he decides to back off, break contact with the Tiger 2, there's nothing he can really do with that at the moment, and maybe head off in the direction of the IS-3 instead. The IS-3 seems like a much better bet because he can take it on with the T-34-3 ally, he can take it on together, which will give the IS-3 no chance. Where you can, you need to be taking on the last remaining enemies together. Otherwise the enemy team, even if there's only one or two of them left, can just pick you off one by one. So IS-3 can actually one-shot him at this stage. I don't blame him for being careful here. I would too. So you don't want to be anywhere near that gun. You just want to take your time. The game is pretty much over for Omega at this stage. He's obviously done really well, but he just can't really do much else because those two remaining tanks could kill him in one shot, and he doesn't want to ruin his game by dying now. Of course, if the allies were very low on health and they only had a few tanks left, I'm sure that he would help, and I would help too if I was in that position. If the allies only had a bit of health left and they really were coming off worse, then I'd jump in there and help them. But I think he's doing the right thing. I mean, the allies aren't going to lose at this stage. He might as well just sit back and let them do the work. He does manage to put a shot into the IS-3 there. I mean, it's not even looking at him, so there's no real risk at this stage. And I think that's pretty much it for the IS-3. He's got no chance. And that's the end of the game for Omega there. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the game with the T-44. I don't know if I'll get this tank. I've had the T-34-5 and I absolutely love it, as you know. I've put a few replays on my channel. And I've had a few others on that line, but I'm not sure if I'll get the T-44. The thing that puts me off most is the gun depression. I tend to like things with great gun depression, and this just doesn't have it. So whether I'll get it in the future or not, I'm just not sure. But maybe you love it, and maybe you want to let me know in the comments down below. I'll show you the end result screen now. As you can see here, Omega managed to get the Ace Tanker badge, the Spotter, the Fire for Effect and the Patrol Duty, which is awarded to the player who damages at least 6 enemy vehicles. So as you can see, he definitely damaged at least 6 enemy vehicles. In fact, he damaged most of them. He really was a key player on that team. But you might notice he also spotted a lot of the enemy. Lots of people think that Ace Tankers are only awarded for loads of damage, and they think just because they've got loads of damage they must automatically get the Ace Tanker, but that's really not the case. Damaging things is only part of it. You have to spot things and also help your allies as well. You just have to be a key player part of the team, really. So as you can see here on the team score, he was actually top in terms of XP with 1,328, and in damage he did 2,425. If I go on the detail report here, you can see he made 26,000, so pretty decent without a premium in account. Right, that's it for today. I'm sure I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe for more tank videos every Monday, and maybe leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching.